What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day today. We had a little bit of some technical hooplas for a couple seconds, but we made it. We are here. So, hi, John. Hello. Welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. I enjoyed it last time. And I appreciate it because you're one of the few people that actually got me on a podcast this month because I waited so late to even try to get on any. And everybody said, oh, no, I'm too booked up. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not getting a whole lot of publicity out for my
Oh,
crowdfunding.
no. Oh, no. Well, we'll see. You got about 9 days left. Maybe we can find some more people to have you on between now and then when we get on there. But I know. Trust me, I get it. I was trying to cut streams in half this month because I was doing too many.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
Yeah.
So yes. Oh my gosh, my throat is all scratchy because it's hot and cold at the same time. I don't know how this is working, but it's been my weather all week. So I'm bundled up, and I also have a fan going.
I'll take some of the cold because it's so hot down here right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It was cold all the way up until we had our heat wave. Now it's a mix of like random coldness and then just like stupid muggy heat, and I don't like it. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, not a fan of either of that. But let's go say hey to some people in chat that we've had in here. We got GTK Comics, always the #1 person in my chat. That's right. Michael is in chat. What's up, Michael? Let's freaking go. That's right. And this is false. Not objectifying either a masked or skull-faced man. No, never. We don't never. No, not do that there. Yes, you know them well. Listen, we had, it's all the things. What's up, Phil? How are you doing? Local homie. We have run around many cons together. That's right. And yes, it's a stormtrooper. Oh my god. Listen, I can't help it. Listen, they're hot. What happens? We're gonna make it weird. That's what we do here. So there's my face. Hi. Now there's your face. What's up? Yes. There's John.
Yeah.
Hi. So for the people that might not remember you from the last time you were here, when was that? Like about a year ago? You were here for Alma?
Yeah, it's been I think just a year. It was this time last year in July.
That makes sense. I loved Alma. I think Alma was great. So
well, thank you.
I can't wait to talk to you about that and the rest of your. Oh, what was that?
I say that's one of my favorite things I think that I've done is Alma.
Yes. Listen, we're going to get into that. We're going to get to the other titles because I don't know about some of the other titles that you have on this campaign here, which I can't wait to talk to you about. But before we do that, introduce yourself. Let's get to the people watching that don't know you. Let them know who you are. What do you do?
Well, I am a writer. I've been writing for, I always say pretty much forever since I was probably in school. And I'm old now, so that's been a long time. I've written for like Fantagraphics, Innovation, Kitchen Sink, a bunch of different the smaller publishers.
Oh, nice. And
now I've been doing a lot of self-publishing under Diebold Comics. I've been doing some work with Antarctica Press also. I did a few books with them, and hopefully a few more things coming up. So always looking for more work to do with different publishers as well as my own stuff too. So.
Yeah, it's good time stuff. But yeah, you were here for Alma. I really enjoyed that. I think that was such a cool read. I love the characters in it. The art, come on, we can't go wrong with our guy on the art there. It's always a fantastic time. Great stuff.
Oh yeah. Hernan is awesome. So like I said, he's got about 8 pages of the next issue done. The next 3 issues are written. I've just got to get the artist, get them done, and get them printed. So I'm hoping to get those out because it's been. I didn't realize how long it's been since I actually published Alma. It's been like 2 years, I think. So,
wow.
Just a lot of stuff going on in the last 2 years that kind of thrown me off my game a little bit, So,
I
trying
get
to get
it.
back to finishing it. Yeah.
I completely understand that. Yes. But yeah, I think I want to say the last couple of years, there's been a couple people's art that has really stood out to me. And Hernan to me is one of my top 5 that I found over the last couple of years. His art is just so fantastic. I absolutely love it.
Oh yeah, and he's such a nice guy. I mean, Hernan's one of the nicest guys in the world. Yeah. He has done so much. He's done up above and beyond what that I've needed in Alma. He's helped me out on other projects and other things, and just he's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's fun seeing him too. He's getting in way more work lately too, which I love seeing. So, yay!
Yeah,
Excited.
yeah. I like him getting a lot of work, but I just want to make sure he still has a little corner there for me.
Oh, he always will. You know, he's good peeps. I love when I post stuff. He's always sharing stuff. I love that. He's a
Oh
good time.
yes.
So I want to talk to you too about this because this is kind of a newer app to me, our platform for crowdfunding. How did you get associated with the Comics One app?
The creator of it, originally Comics One is a digital site, like it's kind of like a comicology, and
Yeah.
it's from New Zealand. The creator lives in New Zealand, and he started it. And before he even started it, he contacted me and asked if he could put my comics up on his site. And I'm like, I'm for getting my comics out as far to as many places as possible. And talking about like Hernan helping, he was like such a big help with a lot of, like I said before, computer wise, I'm illiterate. And he really did a lot of stuff for me that he didn't need to. And so he started his digital site, and he's got quite a few different comics up there. You know, you can, like a comicology site, if I can speak.
Yeah.
And he decided to do a crowdfunder, and he asked if Alma could be not Alma, but the crowdfunder we're doing could be like the one that kind of, if you pardon the pun, kickstart it. So I was like, yeah. So he's decided to try to get into the crowdfunding game. Biggest problem I think we're with the crowdfunder is Kickstarter has a lot more. People just scroll through Kickstarter just looking for stuff. Our problem right now is just getting people to even realize this Kickstarter exists or this crowdfunder. I'm probably gonna say that a lot, calling it a Kickstarter. I just,
Yeah, I know it happens, but all the crowdfunding sites, because there's so many of them. There's not just Indiegogo, there's not just Comic, there's not just Kickstarter. You could crowdfund on any place, which is really interesting to me because I see a lot of guys too that are taking it to their own websites. They're just like Comics left crowdfunding platform. They do it on their own website now. So to me, it's just more ways to get people looking at books, especially if you're in different countries. Like you get different people looking at it depending on where you're at. Oh, Big Smoke. Listen, you're a troll, and I love it when you come in here. And he says he looks like the kind of guy that goes to a parent-teacher meeting and asks if there's homework for him too. Listen. Parent-teacher meetings were fun. You got to do all kinds of dumb stuff over there. But yeah, so this looks very interesting. And I think, oh shoot, I saw Sean talking about the other day. Is Sean the one that's running it? The comics?
Yes.
The comics? Okay, yeah. Okay, so I know Sean from when he was on for his campaign. But yeah, he's doing a lot of comic stuff. He has a really good Discord. He's doing all kinds of cool things in there. I like all of his things that he's got going on there. I'm very excited for this. But yeah, I'm all for more platforms popping up. Like, come on, you can reach more people. You get more people out there. Let's go. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want to go to your actual campaign page. We can actually go take a look at this thing because there's probably a lot of people that are watching this who probably don't even know what Comics One is. So let's go do that. So we can actually go check this out. Share screen. Oh shit. Hold on. Is this it? What is happening? Oh, there we go. It was blank on my end. I don't know what's going on. They changed all the buttons on the bottom of Stringer today, so there was that. Let's see. Let's make us tiny so that we can really check this out. There we go. Okay, so here's your platform here for the Comics One for your campaign page. You already reached $50. You have 3 backers, and you got 9 days left. Okay, dude, that's actually not bad for a platform that kind of just started. So we're going to try to educate more people about this and get this out there. So let's see. So how does this work? Does it work where like whatever is pledged, that's it? You're going on there, or do you have to hit your funding goal for it to be sent out for the rewards and stuff?
We have to hit our fund goal. So yeah.
You have to hit your funding goal. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
You're one of them. Yeah. Listen, education is important. That's right. And when it comes to comics, we're learning about way more things. Okay. So this site right here is called Comics One. It is an app started by Sean Sunday. He was on before for a couple his campaign. He does some really cool stuff. Looking
No,
forward
actually,
to
I'm
all
sorry.
of that.
That's not who created it. That's not who
That's not
created
who
it.
created it. That's he does. He does stuff on here though, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, so they're over in the Australia, New Zealand area, over in that area. But that's
Yes.
interesting. But I like that this is very cool. So I like that there's being more platforms that are doing the crowdfunding, which is very, very cool. I love seeing this. So if you guys are wondering, this is the campaign. I'm gonna drop it one more time for people in chat. They're just coming in here. Because I know there's a lot of creators in chat too. They're just hanging around. So if you want to just go check this out, go look at it. Because it looks like it's like let's see. So Mo, okay, hold on. So the app was created by Sean Sunday, or the identity of founder is still disputed. I'm not entirely sure. I just know I saw Sean talking about it not too long ago, and it just
No,
blinked in my
he did
brain
not create
today.
it. He didn't
Okay.
create it.
Okay, I know, but I know he's involved with it though because I've seen him talk about it just recently. So, yeah. But I don't know. Whoever the comics that people are, you're more than welcome to come on. We'll have a whole thing. We'll talk about this whole website and everything. Because I see a lot of people on here that I actually know. So let me just go to the comics page just so we can just see what this is going to look out here. Because give it a second. Because I know a bunch of the people that are on here. There's a lot of really amazing comics that are on here. They're fantastic. We love Pistol Shrimp. Oh, look, you get Pistol Shrimp for $0. Go check that out. There's a lot of cool books on here. A lot of books that you don't see like every day on the other campaigns as well, which I think is fantastic. So this is kind of like your Comixology where you can read books, and then also you have the crowdfunding thing on here now. But you can also meet your own creators. You can check out different stores and stuff. It's actually pretty neat. So if you look out here, there's a whole bunch of people. There's you right there. But yeah, there's a lot of familiar faces on here that I see on here, which I think is actually cool. I love seeing Marvin's on here. There's a lot of cool people on here. Oh, Demetrius is on here. Look at these guys. Some really cool stuff. I love seeing all this. So yeah. Oh, there's Charlie, Pistol Shrimp himself. Yeah, good peeps are on here. I love seeing this. I love seeing more and more people. And it's cool too because you have different sites, especially when you have different countries involved too, which I think is interesting. Just a way for more people to get together and go chill and find each other, which is awesome. So yeah, check it out. So yeah, I don't really know who did it, but I do know that they reached out to me. I want to say the end of last year to come on talk about the platform, but I was too swamped at the time to do anything. But I'm now getting to the point where I can start talking about things. But I think it's quite fabulous. I know. Listen, life has a way of getting in the way. Let me tell you, it will do that. It happens. So listen, you got 9 days left, and you're trying to hit $500 of your goal, which is quite interesting because you have your whole digital catalog of Diebold comics on here. Very cool stuff. You have a bunch of different series. You have some one-shots. You have some other things on here, which I think are quite cool. We talked about this the last time you were on here. I think we talked about the book with the dog, and then we talked about Alma the last time here.
The girl and her dog. Yeah, that's on here too. Yeah.
Okay, I can't. All right, hold on 1 second, because I'm trying to just open. Okay, won't let me do that either. Okay. All right. Okay, let me shrink this down then so we can kind of. Oh, won't let me do that either. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. We are kind of what's the word that you testing this out, if you will.
Yeah. And we're also besides testing it out on a new crowdfunding site.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's been done somewhere on Kickstarter, but I haven't seen it. But this is all digital. There's no print copies available on this. So,
it's all digital.
We're trying to do it all digital because when I did my last Kickstarter, almost probably a third of it was digital rewards. So I thought,
yeah,
let me see how well just an all digital does, and then I don't have to worry about printing them, shipping them. It's a lot easier on both ends.
Over the last year and a half, I think I've seen more people pick up digital tiers just due to the fact that how stupid shipping has become. It is downright kind of just stupid at this point in time of just where shipping pricing is at. So I see so many more people pick up digital, only because too sometimes you can't even get stuff shipped to you in different countries depending on where you are. So digital is kind of vital on campaigns. Listen, if you're just gonna have something on there and you just want people reading it, digital is just a way to go. Because listen, I say this all the time. Old, you can zoom in. You could actually read a comic.
Yeah.
Don't hate it. You know. What is up, Callie? That's right. Bring up the scooters. And let's see. Mo is saying he hasn't seen Kpop this befuddled since you canceled your IP, Billy the Squid, to avoid marketplace confusion with Pistol Shrimp. You are not wrong. Let me tell you. It is a fact that one, I am tired, two, I'm frazzled. So that's where we're at in life. But that's okay. So looks like here, I love the checkerboard. I love that you're going with this old school DC kind of style checkerboard on the top. Is dope.
Yeah.
You got
Well, those two
tons of fury.
those two characters are actually public domain characters from the '60s, and that's one reason we went with that checkerboard look to make it look like an old comic. It's Fat Man the Human Flying Saucer and Herbie the Fat Fury. So as you can tell by that name, it's not a very serious comic. It's very, it's very funny and absurd. And it's it's been a lot of fun to write. We actually, Antarctica Press republished that after I did it for Diebold, and we actually did those two characters meeting their Tomorrow Girl character. And we're working on another story with those characters too, because they're really fun to write. And I've noticed a lot of at conventions, especially people at a certain age, come up and when they recognize those characters, and the comics sell really well because it's nice. Remembering back in the '60s when you were maybe first starting to read comics or whatever, and they're very Fat Man the Human Flying Saucer is just a completely ridiculous character. He only lasted 3 issues in his own comic. Herbie the Fat Fury is a very cult classic type character. Alan Moore actually calls Herbie his favorite comic book character.
Oh, no way. That's awesome. I like what Callie says here because, yes, it also gives me Inferior 5 vibes. Inferior 5 is one of my favorite teams of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And I want more of that in my life. Are you kidding me? That's some of my favorite. If I can spec anything, there's 2 things I'm specking. 1 will forever be the Snorks, and 2 will be Inferior 5. We need more of that in our lifetime, but I could clearly use a TV series just based around that. That's some of my favorite stuff. I will no lie. The know she's used a spirit animal. Listen. I gotta zoom in. I'll see if I can zoom in just so I can blow this up. It's not letting me just based on how the configuration of the thing is. It's just doing the fonts. He's got a plunger on his head.
Yeah.
Can you see the plunger on his head? That's amazing. I love it. Let's see. Is this the infamous Live Free or Diabetes cover? I mean, I love this guy. This guy's amazing. I love his little toes. They're great. Huckleberry Pie. Oh my gosh. The writing on this is amazing. To the victor goes the spoils of war. Mrs. Horatio's Huffnagel's Heavenly Huckleberry Pie. That is a mouthful. I love it. I love cheesy stuff like that.
Like I said, this comic is not to be treated serious. It's completely absurd from the first page to the last.
That's how you want out of life. I bought 2 books this week. I bought Web of Spider-Man #1, and I bought a witch book from the Whitmans from the 1970s. You need the weird stuff in your lifetime, and this looks amazing. This looks fun. I'm all for it. But yeah, you got like a cool mix of books in everything you have at Diebold, which I like. So how long have you been running Diebold Comics? It's been a while since I talked to you, but how long have you been doing Diebold Comics?
Diebold is a publishing company. I probably started about 2-3 years ago. Before that, I was just publishing books without any like publishing name. I was just like putting them out there. And and then I realized I needed to create a brand, something where they can all live together. And I came up with the title Diebold Comics.
Nice. And I like the range of books that you have too, because you have some serious stuff that's going on. Because we're gonna get to that dog book in a minute. I remember that book from the last time. But you have just like some cool, interesting titles happening. And this one,
I couldn't write if I had to write in one style or one genre. I'm like, that's part of my problem though, is I'll do a book and then I'll be, I need to do this. I'm always writing like, right now I'm probably writing 5 or 6 different scripts, so sometimes I wonder if I just concentrated on like Alma and just by now I could have had like 20 issues of it out, instead
Yeah.
of 25 other issues of stuff.
Sometimes you gotta jump around. I have like a whole stack of arts because I don't like to do one thing at a time. I like just jump around because my brain
Yeah.
likes to keep up with like different random stuff. Sometimes you need to do that.
Yeah.
I remember this book from the last time that you were here, and I remember it was a hit from the people that picked up some Alma stuff. I remember they picked up a copy of this. You have a one shot here called "A Girl and Her Dog," and this just hit me on so many levels because I had my OG dog Brandy. It looked just like this dog here, and I remember. Yeah, no, literally, this is my dog back in the day, and I love it. It's just basically a life story of a girl and her dog, and they go for an adventure, and come on, expressions on this dog are absolutely fabulous. I love it.
Yeah. Now that's actually drawn by Hernan too.
Yeah, oh, I can tell. You can tell the way that Hernan does because the way he does his faces.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the first thing. I think that was the first thing Hernan and I worked up together with. Tony Isabella, who is a writer who created Black Lightning for DC Comics and did a lot of work for Marvel. He actually said A Girl and Her Dog was one of the best comics published the year it came out.
Aw, that's so good.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It's so good. I love this dog so much. But I remember this when we were talking about it. Just it just blew my mind. It just took me back to my doggy when I had my doggy. So yeah. Aww.
Oh yeah, I'm a dog. Well, we were talking about before. I'm surprised my dog hasn't jumped up in my chair yet. She's running around the house. But usually when I'm on a podcast, she has to like poke her face into it.
Aw, that's cute. I love that. And then look at this. Oh, more doggy action. It's so cute. I just love this dog. I love this story. It's so cute. Yeah, it's just a real lovely time. And this is what we were talking about earlier, which is Alma, which is what you were here for the last time you had a campaign. And this is just awesome to me. I can't wait to see where this story is going because to me, this is absolutely fabulous. Hernan just nailed everything about this art. Nailed everything. So you want to talk about Alma for a little bit?
Alma basically is. When I create a book, I'm very bad about trying to create a log line for the book. To get something condensed into one sentence. But this is the best log line I've ever created for anything. It's what if Buffy was a 72-year-old grandmother?
Yes.
When I say that at conventions, I used to be able to say when I'd mention that at conventions, even people that have never seen Buffy at least knew who she was. But the last couple conventions I've been at, I've actually come across a few people that didn't even know who Buffy was.
Interesting. Well, what was that? About 2000 when that came out? So yeah, that's like a whole lifetime ago for like these kids now that are getting into comics and stuff. Yeah. Oh, we got comics one app in the chat. What's up, comics guys? Yes. Hooray for Wednesday. Wednesday.
But even I found people that never watched Buffy. At least most of them have heard of it. She's become such almost an iconic character, So, but this comic was a combination of Buffy and my mom. I kind of like mixed the two together to create the character of Alma because Alma actually is my mom's name, and
I love it. Yeah.
So and in the Kickstarter edition, we have, it's actually 64 pages. It's like 30 something pages of comic story, but then I actually have recipes for my mom in there. My mom was writing like a diary before she passed away. I put some of that in there. It's just, it's kind of a tribute to my mom too, it's because she passed not long after I did the first issue. And, it's when I was creating the character, I created the character first and I needed a name for it. And I was like, I need the name of the strongest, one of the strongest names I can think of for the strongest woman I know. And that was my mom.
That's so cute. I love it. And Paul, yes, old woman Buffy, yes. So we'll get into this as we go down and show off more of the pages because I love this. I picked up 2 covers of this because I'm actually gifting one of them to a friend. I'm actually doing a Buffy art piece so that I'm also studying this because he loves Buffy. So he's going to love this. Fantastic. Oh, what's up, Ken? Huge fan. Like I said, Hernan did a fantastic job, and I love, I really love that he had that little garden gnome too, which is like, her guide into the Buffyverse is her what's that guy's name?
Tyrone the Garden. Tyrone the Garden Gnome.
Yes, Tyrone. What's up, Bobby? But I think it's so fabulous that he changes kind of like appearance depending on which of the like what do you call it? Because you know how Buffy was the
champion. I call him the champion.
Yeah, champion. Yes, that's what I'm going for. Dude, my brain don't want to work today. He got the Horror Award finalist from last year. Nice. I believe they're still going on those. They announce those every year at C2E2. But way to go on those. Fantastic. And here we go. There's the Garden Gnome. There is Tyrone. There he is. This adorable, angelic little face of his. But yeah, there she is talking to her. I like that he's trying to explain to her that she is now the champion. She's just like, yeah. Okay. But that's fantastic. Let's see. Yes, you love the tribute to your mom. Yes, that's dope. Love it. It's very cool.
Thank you.
No,
yes,
it's one of my favorite reads from last year that I picked up on a campaign. I love it. I love when you end it kind of like you're just kind of getting started. You kind of introducing all the characters and what's going to go from there. I can't wait. I can't wait to see where this is going to go. It's very cool. And just the faces, Hernan nailed these faces. He does such a good job with just
and I thought it was kind of unique having a senior citizen as the main character, because most comics, the characters are younger, This the main character,
beautiful lady,
yeah.
Oh, I love that aspect. I love a good lady just kicking ass. I love it if a good old lady is kicking ass because he just, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is cool. This is very cool. Those eyes. He does such a great job with eyes. I love it.
Oh yeah, her name is awesome.
I cannot wait. And his art skills have picked up since this because he's done so many books since he's done your issue 1. I can't wait to see what he does with. You said you did you're on to 2 issues written already for this. I'm excited.
Yeah. This was something I wanted to write so much. I just kept writing it. I was like, okay, I need to start getting it wrong.
Yeah, this little face kills me every time because if you go down here, because this is what he looked like originally when he was with the last champion. He was a little Cupid guy, and now he's stuck as his Garden Gnome, which I think is
I almost put the Cupid as to go with Alma, but then I thought, nah, let me just do something different.
The Garden Gnome works. The Garden Gnome is fabulous. I love those. That's fantastic. But no, I can't wait to see what else you're going to be doing with Alma, which is fantastic. So hopefully you get that all taken care of. We can you have you back for issue 2 when that comes on here because
yes, definitely. Hopefully in the next month or 2, I'll get started on that.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. And then which one is this one? Isla, Speaker for the Dead. Ooh, it's you're collecting. Oh, what is this? It's trade. So you're collecting. You did 5 issues for this one. What's this one all about?
Actually, it's 4 issues plus the trade. He's got that kind of wrong. So that actually was one of the first things that I self-published myself was Ayla, and it's set in a kind of a futuristic New Orleans after a major hurricane blows through the city and destroys it, and the government decides they don't want to rebuild the city, so they sell it to a company from China. And Ayla is she's a character that she handles cases that the police don't want to handle, like the the first 4 issues concerned, she's looking for a serial killer that's working within, killing prostitutes. And, most of the police aren't that worried about them. So she steps in to solve the case. Now, this was drawn by Javier Lepar, and it was actually colored too. All 4 covers are based on religious paintings. I can't tell you what religious paintings they were, but they're all based on religious paintings. And the first issue of this, the cover to it, is one of my favorite covers of any comic that anybody has ever done for me. It's the one with the face, the close up of her face.
Oh well, hopefully there's some down below. We'll get into that really quick. And let's see. I want to say to Paul, you like that the main character is an old lady kicking some ass. Nice, interesting story twist. Yes. Also, your boy Marvin Wynn is on this app as well too for the Edge book on here. So the site that you're on now is kind of like Comixology, and they're doing all digital kind of stuff. So you can pick up digital editions of comics on here. You can read comics, and then you're kind of like the guinea pig experiment of their crowdfunding app for all digital books, basically. That's what you have going on here. So that's what we're looking at now. And then, yes, this is a famous painting, which was the creation of man. You know.
Yeah, now that one I do know. That one I recognize. Some of the other ones he drew, I'm not sure. You know, I really don't know where they came from. The first cover, this is the cover that I love. This cover. This was from a cover of Mary that he told me. He based it on a cover of a statue of Mary or a painting of Mary.
All right. I like the painterly style. I'm a big fan of like mixing that comics, but also like a painterly kind of effect style. I'm a huge fan of just like full on painted books myself. So I like the art style that you got going on here. It's very cool. The face is lovely on that too. Love that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here's some preview pages. Oh, nice. This reminds me of the DC Chinatown. You get off the train station right there.
Yeah, the city, the story takes place in like I said, in a futuristic north. It's not a very far futuristic, but it's just part of the city is actually still underwater. So, so it's kind of like a modern day Venice too.
Okay. So I'm going to drop this right here because Paul, you popped in here. So this right here is the link that will take you to the Comics One app. That will take you to the campaign page, and then you could go and get your. We'll go over your tiers in a minute when we get to the bottom. But we're going over all the books that are involved in it because you have your entire collection of everything for Diebold Comics.
Actually, it's not all my books.
Not all your books?
It's most of my books. It's most of my books.
Most of your books? Well, dang. So that's a way to jumpstart that. What is up, Tate? How are you doing? So yes. Listen, I'm also a huge fan of digital because guess what? I don't have freaking room to put anything anymore. I have run out of all five space. So let me tell you, you don't have to lift 40 pounds of comics, to move a comic box when you just, click on something to read it. But yeah, this art looks interesting. I dig it. I love the very really clean lines.
Yeah, like now this story is probably about 10 years old. It's a little, like I said, this was probably the first story that I self-published, except for some things like a lot longer ago. But when I came back, this is when I kind of I didn't officially start Diebold yet, but this was kind of like the birth of it when I was starting to, I was basically just publishing it under my name, and then I realized I needed something to publish it under, a name or something.
Yeah. The art to me is just like very crisp and clean. And I like that almost kind of like watercolory, just like sparse coloring on it. This is interesting to me.
Yeah. Have did more coloring, I think, since then. He still does artwork, but he works as a colorist.
Okay.
He's done some coloring for Marvel, I know, and a few other places. So
nice.
His main job was as a colorist, but he also draws.
Cool.
He actually, I think it's an issue coming up. He actually colored another book for me. And when we got talking, he said, well, I'm an artist too, and that's when I created Ayla, and he started drawing that.
Yeah. And Tate, listen, to be honest, I can't read physically anymore without 3 pairs of glasses and a magnifying glass. This is why I'm so pro digital stuff, is because people with disabilities, people that have bad eyesight can read a book. They can blow it up as big as possible. You can see things. And I know that's huge because there's a lot of creators that don't want to do a digital tier. They just want to do the physical only. Listen, if you're just trying to make money back or make money to get people to read a book, you're getting more people reading your books with a digital copy. Plus, it gives you more money to have for your campaign to do things extra. Like, listen, shipping keeps going up. The amount of money that you make on a digital copy, you save for the amount of money that's gonna, incur with different shipping costs, basically, when you go on there. So, just throw some on there.
You're leaving a lot of money on the table if you don't do digital, because most Kickstarters nowadays, at least almost anywhere from 25 to 30% of their Kickstarters probably did.
It's mostly digital. And what I love too is a lot of people are doing too, because they're just getting a digital copy. I like that they'll do the special ones where you can either get a random choice of a cover, or they'll do extra digital behind the scene content, which I think is fabulous, because to me, that's some of my favorite content to read. How you came up with the book. Like you said, you did the recipes for your mom in the back of Alma. That's the kind of stuff that I love to read. So to me, I think it's vital to have on your campaign, because any amount of money that you're going to make for the digital stuff, it's just getting more people to read it, but you're also getting that kind of buffer zone depending on how much money that you need extra for something to go ship. Like that's just, supplies, whatever, any of that stuff. So to me, that's just kind of crucial to a campaign. And Michael, yes, you softened your harsh stance on physical versus digital. Yeah, you can't ignore the advantages that you're going to get from a physical digital copy of a book, because, it's kind of like where we're at right now. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, you added to your favorites. You're going to check out the whole comics website this weekend. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, I saw Marvin was on there, and there's a couple other people that are on here that you might know as well. The Cination Comics guys, those are some of my homies. I love those guys. Gotta love our Aussie bros up in chat. But yes, it's a good time. We got Montoya. What's up, 76? How are you doing? But yeah, if you guys are coming in here, we're going over an app right now, which is kind of like Comixology. It's called Comics One. And you could get your comics on there. You could do all kinds of fun things on there. I like that it's broken down by creators, comics, your crowdfunding section, because you're just now starting your crowdfunding, and you're doing crowdfunding for digital comics, which I think is quite amazing. I think this is cool that there's more and more platforms kind of opening up, especially depending on where you are in the world too, because it's so hard to ship some books sometimes overseas. And especially now that you got terrorists involved, you have shipping costs. I know shipping here is going to be going up soon again. So, I mean, let's go. Kind of digital is kind of an interesting way to go. But I do enjoy the artwork that we have here. Very neat. Very clean. I do very much love like a clean line work. But no, I think this is very cool. So you have 9 days left on this campaign, and we're trying to get you to $500 to get everybody their books that they need in hand. And you're kind of like the guinea pig campaign that we were saying for this kind of new platform, which is quite interesting. There's a vast mix of books on here too.
When we get to the tiers, I think the prices that we're asking for stuff is you can't beat the prices. So,
cool.
I mean, it's pretty. I think it's pretty good. Even for digital, I think we're beating a lot of digital prices. So,
wow, nice. Okay, so that was the last book here, because you have, what did we do? You did 1, 2, I think we're on your 4th book now. So you're on your book now for Death World. So this is interesting. I don't know about this one. Tell me about your Death World book.
That actually was an adaptation of a science fiction novel by Harry Harrison. He wrote it in the 70s, or might have been even the 60s. And he wrote 3 of them. I actually wrote this for Adventure Comics, which was part of Malibu Comics back, in the 90s. And I just kind of like taken it and redid it myself now. So it's a trade paperback. It's like 96, maybe 100 pages. I'm not sure exactly. It's 4 issues collected into the comic. So like I said, it's an adaptation of Harry Harrison's Death World novel. He actually wrote 3 Death World novels. And I adapted all 3 of them, but the only one that's in the public domain is this one. So I figured I'm not going to republish the other 2 yet, because they're still under copyright.
All right, that's neat. I'm digging all these titles, because I don't think we went over these last time that you're here in this.
No, and the cover for Death World is by Hernan.
Okay. So,
he's did a few of my covers for me, so
nice. And I don't know what this is about, but Diebold the one shot, this is freaking hilarious.
Now that's that was an old comic from the 90s I did, and that's actually where I got the title for my publishing company. I just kind of spread it out and made it Diebold. Basically, it's the search for Ed's body. Ed is a talking head. He's all he is a head on a stick. This is another humor comic. And the cover for that was by Javier Lepar, the guy that did Ayla. The art in that is by Brian Clifton, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. But this was a fun comic to write, and we were planning to do more issues, but we actually did this back in the 90s when the big black and white boom it hit the comic industry. and we kind of came out at the end of it, and everybody was kind of going out of business. And this book went through like 3 different publishers before Brian and I actually published it ourselves.
Nice.
And we actually had a unique way to publish to pay for the printer. We called it Silent Partners to our company because basically Brian pre-sold all the art for the book before we published it, and on the bottom of each page went the name of the whoever bought that page. So people's name appeared in the book, and people were basically helping us, publish the book. It's kind of like Kickstarter before Kickstarter.
That was interesting. That's interesting. I think that's really cool too. And this is hilarious. I love that you got the like little tie, like a little scarf thing on here where his head on the stick.
Yeah, and this was back in the day when they had Wizard Comics and Hero Illustrated, and this actually got reviewed in both of those magazines.
Oh, really?
And it came out with some really good reviews. Most people compare Ed the Talking Head to Danny DeVito, at least as the same attitude.
Nice. I love this kind of really weird. I'm gonna call it like an underground kind of style. But like in the 90s, there's like this huge, like the late 80s, early 90s, there was this like really interesting, like you were saying, the black and white comics movement. Dude, I have like every version of like Samurai Squirrel and all that like weird stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
that's my jam. Yeah, I love like the weird kitchen sink stuff, like all that stuff. I live for that kind of thing. This looks hilarious to me. Now I'm gonna have to go search my wizards because I have a massive wizard collection to see if I can find the one where this is in there.
I couldn't tell you what issue it was in, but it was in one of them.
I got the majority of them right there. I will definitely be going to look for that. That's awesome. If I find it, I'll take a picture and let you know
Awesome.
what it is. But this is awesome. And then you have another one shot here, Joe Bushkid.
Joe
oh
Bushkid.
My God.
This is another one that actually came up with a pretty decent log line. The only problem is a lot of people don't know who I'm talking about. The log line for this is, what if Hunter S. Thompson became a Republican and moved to Florida?
Oh.
And Hunter S. Thompson, for people that don't know who he is, he was a writer for Rolling Stone magazine back in the 60s and 70s. He was a journalist. And he kind of coined the term gonzo journalism. He was a big writer. He's the guy that Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas was based on. Yeah. So a lot of times when I say that to people at cons, they don't know who Hunter Thompson is. But
no, there's a lot of people in the fans. And Bleak's not here, but he actually has a tattoo. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of people that love the Hunter S. Thomas. Oh my God, I can't talk. My latte is hitting me in here, but look, I love this art. It's fantastic. Listen, I love this little goatee thing with his nose and the little teeth that are right there. The little just.
Oh, that's actually another Hernan cover.
Very cool. Yeah, you can kind of spot Hernan because he's got like those nice chunky lines, but also like that really fine line when it comes to like the features of the face. Yeah, I love Hernan's work. This is funny.
The artwork in it was by Ron Wilbur. So
okay. Nice. That's awesome.
That's another humorous, more of a humorous story than anything else.
I love that kind of stuff. I'm a fan. Listen, I love that kind of stuff. I'm a huge fan. This is great. I love that. I love the nose. It's fantastic. And what's this one? Life During Wartime. Oh snap! Ooh, what's this all about?
This is probably my most two issues that I'm always careful at convention selling because they're very timely, very political.
Mm. Okay.
I wrote these two issues actually in 2017, right after Trump's first election, and I kind of was like going off the premise that what would happen if Trump decided, he wasn't going to stop being president, and how things went from there. The first issue of Life During Wartime was basically was about a woman's right to choose, basically, and when I wrote this, it's abortion was had been outlawed in this book, but I wrote this before Roe v. Wade actually had gotten overturned, but I thought, oh, that's never going to get overturned.
Yeah.
So, and the second issue is about freedom of the press. And my plan was to continue this story, and each issue was a different artist. The first issue was by Javi Laparo, and the second issue was drawn by oh my god, my name Tyler Carpenter. And and each issue was going to be, by different artists. I mean, I had it plotted out for a while, but it just kind of went past the 2 issues. So some people are, depending on your political slant, depending on where, you'll stand with those books. And, I live in a very red state. So when I go to conventions, I'm always kind of careful when I explain these 2 books to people.
Yep. Well, it's kind of coming back around right now. Going on, everywhere. So, you might need to continue on the series now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lizards. Ooh, where's Lizards?
Lizards is I've got 6 issues of it done. It's one of those stories that I plan to continue. I have a trade that collects the first 5 issues. A lot of the stories for Lizards originally appeared back in Fantagraphics, was running an anthology title called Critters back in the 90s.
Okay.
And it was basically just full of funny animals, characters. And Lizards was usually 8-page stories,
Nice.
sometimes a 16-page story feature. And it's just basically family stories. The families just happen to be walking, talking lizards, and it's about the son and the father and the daughter, and they're quiet, family stories. There's no big, shootouts and anything like that. So
I love it. Listen, you sold me out weird animal creatures. Literally half my collection is a variety of ninja/animal books. I got them all. They're the best. The cat, the penguins, this is all good. Gerbils, all good times. I love it. It's fun. Look at this. Oh my god, the visor from look like the old banana clips, the hair clips back in the day.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it. I love all this interesting, weird stuff. It's fun. Oh my god, that's a fun cover. That is fun.
Yeah.
Why do I know this artist? I know this artist.
That's Ron Wilbur. Yeah, he drew Joe Bushkin, but he did a lot of work for Fantagraphics, and a lot of I hadn't talked to him in years, and then somebody told me that he passed away. So I don't know if he did or not. I haven't seen or heard anything from him in years. But
I gotta look this up. I know this artist. Did he do he might have done the books that I have that are like the samurai ninja stuff. There was a very similar style. What books did he do?
He had a very underground style, I think.
Yeah.
Back in the day in the 90s when Fantagraphics had their X-rated books out, Eros.
Yeah.
The Eros line. He did quite a few books for them.
Let's see. Yeah, he did a bunch of stuff. So yeah, he did pass away. It looks like in 2016. But yeah, he's got some interesting books. I remember this artist way back in the day. He did some interesting things, especially around the 80s. Very cool stuff. Yeah. What is this? He did some kaiju stuff too. Ooh, the kaiju stuff is interesting. Oh, that's awesome. I want to look that up now. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a very good artist. He was one of the first artists that I actually started. I mean, I think Lizards was one of the first things that I actually sold to a publisher. So
he did some Sheena stuff. Interesting. Yeah, I want to look more into this, but I know this artist for something, and I gotta definitely go look up his what else he's done, because he's done some very cool titles. Yeah, view all. Let me see this real quick. Okay, yeah. Yes. Okay, he did Bushido Blade, Hitachi Warriors. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he did some weird, interesting stuff back in that time period that I was buying all that kind of fun stuff. I love that's kind of stuff that I'm always kind of picking up. Weird, interesting art like this. Just it's something about it that's very like whimsical and interesting to me. It reminds me of those like those weird books in the 80s that you would get, kind of like the Where's Waldo one, but they would have like weird cars and like just random stuff. I love that kind of thing. Oh, it's good times. But yeah, this is just fun. I like it. I'm very much a fan of just random weird fun stuff. And this would be, I love it. We're coming to furlough. Oh, cats. Wow, cool. You did a lot of cool stuff with this Wizards. I like this. Nice.
Yeah, like I said, I did the 6th issue a couple years ago, and I plan to hopefully keep doing it. So
nice. I love it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this kind of just interesting, like unique stuff. I don't know, when you're flipping through like books and stuff, that's where I'm kind of at when I pull stuff out of like the back issue bins. I pick up the weird 60s to 70s like DC stuff. It's so wacky. That to me is like the best. But then as I'm like flipping through, like you get like the old weird like Eclipse stuff, and like any of that weird random stuff you get from like the 80s and 90s. It just like what is this? To me, that is more fun to me than like mainstream comics, because you get like the weirdest stuff happening. I was a huge fan of, what are those called? The rock and roll books back in the day from like the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Love those. Huge fan of all that stuff. I love all that weird, random weirdness. Is good times. Let's see. You got 2-issue series called Robot Sex. Oh, hey. Artwork.
I always have to tell everybody it's not X-rated. It's just,
Okay.
I was actually looking for a title that would, catch people's eye, and it does.
Interesting.
The art in that is by Roman Gupsky, and the art is awesome. He did that. I love that.
Gorgeous.
The coloring and everything.
The coloring is absolutely, the coloring and the lighting, the way that this is hitting and like just altering is very beautiful. I like that. It's kind of like that futuristic vibe to it in this. It's interesting. Yeah. Kind of also because like the desert scene, it's got like that Sherry 2000 kind of thing to it. It's
a science fiction story, and it's set way in the future, where basically most of the Earth has been destroyed, except they live in different cities and stuff.
Okay.
And it's kind of my story where I'm throwing everything into it. I've got, robots, I've got dinosaurs in it, I've got flying monkeys.
Oh, sweet.
I just throw all sorts of stuff in it. And the main two characters is Barney the robot and Laveau. That's the two characters. And they're traveling, they're actually going to a futuristic New Orleans for a job. And
sweet.
I've did 2nd issue, 3rd issue is planned. Hopefully I'll get it out soon one day too.
I hope so, because what I see here, I really enjoy it. Michael, yes, you love the rock and roll books from those like the late 80s. Like they had some side spin-off ones too. Very cool stuff. Like you got like one issue was like a different artist or a band or something. Those are so hard to find. If you guys find those, just pick them up, because those are such a fun read. I love it. It's good times. And then here's your other cover here. I like this cover. This cover is hilarious. There's so much going on. Look at the little dudes just chilling. Oh man, it's funny.
Oh yeah, we tried to put in like some really weird aliens and just we make it look as different as possible.
When you see like a futuristic or like a weird dystopian thing, and they have like little critters just kind of like walking around, these are my favorite things that you see in like the background of like a scene on a comic. Is like the weird random stuff that's like in the background.
Yeah.
That to me is the best. That to me is what I love. And it keeps me going and looking at places around different sections of things, because that's what my eye goes to. These weird little, I don't know if these are snake dudes, but oh man, that's hilarious. I love it. That's good stuff. Let's see. Getaway Driver. Oh man, you have a lot of things happening here.
That's I think it was 32 pages. 36 pages. It's my crime. It's my crime book. It's a story about a getaway driver. Actually, I started. That's the one good thing about if you're your own publisher. It was supposed to be a 24-page story, but as I was writing it, I realized it wasn't going to fit, and so I ended up being, I think, 32 pages. If it had been much more beyond that, I probably would have made it into 2 issues, but I really wanted to keep it a one shot, so I could have some one shots to sell and not continuing stories.
Yeah, I like it. Once again, I like the line work that's happening in here, and I like the color scheme. The color scheme is interesting. I like the pastels.
Yeah, that's the same that did Robot Sex, Roman.
Oh, sweet, dude! I like that artist. I'm gonna have to look more into that artist. I really like what I'm
Yeah,
seeing.
he's very good. He is Roman is he's been popping up on a lot of places too, you know, a lot of other small publishers and
Nice.
stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go follow them if I'm not already. Ooh, what's this voodoo? Oh, I love weird, interesting voodoo, witchcrafty, whatever kind of stuff. That's my jam. I love that kind of stuff.
That's my best selling comic I sell at conventions. Now
Really? Okay.
it may also help that I'm from New Orleans area, so you know that kind of goes hand in hand. But you know,
Yeah.
voodoo is like one of those subjects that people are interested in, and Marie Laveau, who that's on the cover, is like I'm fascinated
Yes.
by Marie Laveau. I actually have an
Yes.
8-page Marie Laveau comic that I wrote and published, and I use that to give
Really?
that away at conventions. If you sign up for my email list, you get the copy free. Because I'm just
Ooh.
fascinated with Marie Laveau.
She's fascinating. Listen, Baron Samedi, Marie, it's been interesting to see the last couple of years of how many books like they kind of snuck her into, especially in the New Orleans kind of realm area. I think it's
Yeah,
fabulous. This also looks like it's Hernan again too on art.
yep, it is. I told you
Yeah.
he's all over. You know, he's did a lot of covers for me.
Oh yeah, I love his art style. He's got one like a unique style. It's very kind of like chunky, but then
Yeah,
that very, 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 very fine like detailing, which is interesting. It reminds me of Elliot. Elliot's work on oh shoot, Hellbound. He's got because he does like tattooing and like screen printing, so he's got that chunky but fine detail kind of line on it. But yeah,
yeah,
I love that kind of stuff. It's really interesting. It works really cool for like detailing in black and white. Oh man, super cool.
yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to look at this one. Yeah.
That's actually a short history of voodoo. You know, so
Nice.
yeah.
I like it. Fan. Big fan. I love all that stuff. This is really cool too. And I like that you have like the team down here. Oh, look at your comics. Oh, you're next to Tone and Gabe's Cave. Yeah, let's go. We got a big shout out to them. I love running into them. You got some cool titles. Yeah, you have a lot of titles. Oh, this is the Fat Fury single book there. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of titles. Ooh.
Yeah, like I said, I've been doing this for a while, so I do have a few books out there.
Nice, that's fun. So, are you doing way more conventions now?
I'm getting back into them. I kind of got out because, like I said, the last year my sister had moved with me
Yeah,
after my mom passed, and you know she'd been in and out of the hospital a lot, so I wasn't doing a whole lot. So I'm trying to get back into them because she's doing a lot better, and all the
yeah.
local she comes with me. You know,
Nice.
I'm actually doing San Diego. I'm not setting up, but I'm going to San Diego at the end of the month.
Okay, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
That's the weekend of like the 25th, I think.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I have Joe Rubenstein on, and he's not going, so we're like, let's. That's why he's coming. But yeah, that's awesome. And then here's your reward tiers here.
Yeah.
So if you want the Death World trade paperback and then the Diebold comic for $5, dude, you've got some killer deals happening on here. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
Very cool.
everything. The cheapest price is $5, and at that price, you at
Wow.
least get 2 digital copies. You know,
Okay.
and we also actually offer all 25 comics for $35. So that
Oh,
I actually had to use a calculator and figure that out. That's $1.40 an issue.
that's insane. So, okay, because this is the first campaign that you guys are doing on the Comics One site.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop the link one more time down in here. It's also pinned above here, but this is here. You can click on this. We'll take you to the Comics One app here. So, do you know if it's like Kickstarter or if it's like Indiegogo? When you back, does it take it out at time of backing, or does it take it out once the campaign is ended and funded? Do you know how that works?
No, I should, but I
Okay.
don't know. I think it takes it out at the end, but I don't hold me
Okay.
to that. I'm not
Listen,
sure.
I don't know. If you the comics guy is still the checks, I saw them pop in here. You want to drop that hot take in here? Let us know. But yeah, I would definitely love to have them on here talk more about the site because I know they reached out to me a while ago, but this year has just been life-tacular, let me tell you. But we're getting back to bringing people back on here now. But very cool. And because these are all digital, once the campaign ends, you'll get it probably when everything is done processing, is what I'm assuming,
Yeah.
and then you'll get the books out by then.
As quick as everything goes through, then you'll get your copy of your book.
Yeah, let's see. And if you want the Lizards Volume 1, you can get all the Lizard stuff for $5. Dude, this is like crazy business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
We're trying to, offer the best deals, because usually on a Kickstarter, your digital is for just your one copy is at least $5. So, this way you're getting at least 2 books. And in some cases, like, the Death World was a trade paperback, plus the Diebold. So you're getting that's like 5 books for, $5.
That's a really good deal, especially if you just want to taste an example of what you have in some comics and stuff, especially on the new site too, that you're trying to get some stuff going on here. I think this is really cool. You have some really cool books on here, and I love this. I love that you have the Mushi and the girl with her dog together. I love that. For another, again, $5. Also, let's see, if you pledge, because the cart is up here, I wonder if it's going to add it like Indiegogo or From My Comic, where it just adds everything to the cart and you just check out kind of situation. Would be my guess based on the cart that's up there, because you could go to the comics area and buy other comics that are up there as well. Let's see, and this one's interesting. You got the $10 here for the 5 issues, but no, it's the trade, right? You have
the trade plus 4 issues. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So you get 5 of that altogether for $10. So that's a lot. You have some interesting sizing on your books too, so you got a lot of reading material.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think Ayla, I don't think any of the issues of Ayla is less than 20. Some of them are like 30 pages. None of my comics are less than 24 pages. At least 24 pages. And some of them go to like 28, 32. Because as I'm writing, it just depends on where I, decide to end the story at.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. And then you had issues 1 and 2 of the Robot Sex, which I love that art style. I'm going to have to go find that person too. But I think I love the characters that are on there. The coloring stands out to me so well. So you got $5 on that. That's awesome. Very cool. And then this is cool too. Oh, I didn't see the snapshots up top. So what's snapshots about?
Yeah, I don't think that's actually a collection of short stories that I wrote in different comics. Like I did back in the day, Kitchen Sink had a title called Death Rattle. It was a horror comic. And I did I think I did 3 stories for that. That's in there. I did there's 3 or 4 stories in there that I wrote for with Sam Keith, the artist, the guy that created the Mac. Yeah, he and I started together, and then he kind of became really famous quick.
He kind of blew up all over the place. I know. Listen, I am a huge fan of the Sam Keith. Let me tell you, the Max, Scratch, all that stuff. I used to have on this wall back here before I changed this up. I had a gigantic his version of the Batman logo that he did. That's some of my favorite stuff. I love him. Good time stuff. So cool. For $5, you could get your Alma and then snapshots. The snapshot sounds interesting. I'm gonna have to send this campaign to some people that are huge into the kitchen sink, because I think that they would really enjoy the title.
That's actually
really fits.
Almost 48 pages, and snapshots I think is 64 pages. So that's over 100 pages of comic right there for $5.
Very nice. I love all this. Alma, I loved Alma. Alma was really good. I can't wait for the next issue for that one. And this is the one that you were talking about earlier, the life during wartime for $5 there. Very cool stuff. And then this one, you get the all tier 1, all the standalones. Okay, so all the one shots.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get 6 comics there for $12. That's dope. Plus, you're getting the trade paperback. You're getting the Diebold, the Joe Bushkin, A Girl and Her Dog, 2 Tons of Fury, and the Voodoo book. Nice. That's awesome. So for $12, you're going to get a lot of reads there. And then for $20, you're going to get all the standalones plus issue 1s of the ongoing series. Oh, cool. So you're getting basically everything from here, the 6 issues, and then you're getting 3 more, which is the Getaway Driver, Alma, and Snapshots on top of that. No, nice. So that's $20. Dude, you're getting a lot of reading material for here. And then this is one I like for the $35.
Yeah.
Everything above, oh my goodness, plus the trades and the remaining issues. Nice. So you get a whole breakdown of everything that you're getting in here. That's a lot of books.
Yeah.
That is a huge reading. So for $35, you can get yourself.
I think it breaks down to $1.40 a comic.
Wow.
So
that's a good deal. Yeah. That's awesome. Let's see. So this is cool. So this is everything that you have on your campaign here. And I'm just going to plop this down here for one more second. So this is the app that you can download here. You can download it for free. This is how you read your comics here. You can see Pistol Shrimp is right there. Love it. So you can read your comics on here, which is fantastic. And then it's just a way to get more people on here. I love this. And I love that you can go on here and you can publish your own stuff. You can check out different stores. You can check out the creators, the comics. This is under the crowdfunding tab. I love it. I think it's cool. And then let me get up to here. So yeah, this is where you're at. I haven't refreshed this at all. Let me refresh it, just see if anything's changed on it. But you have 9 days left. And I'm going to be sharing this. Oh, 8 days left because we just crossed whatever the time that you're going to be doing this on. So I'm going to be showing this around all over the place because I think it's really, really cool. And I like these kind of style of comics. I'm a huge fan. I know a lot of guys that are fans of this kind of style. I like the site. I think the site is really cool.
Like I think it's a really cool site. I think the biggest, our drawback is we just don't have enough eyes to look at it.
It's just starting.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. You can do it by titles. There's some really good prices for comics on here. I saw even some $0 books on here. So if you guys want to go and just like download and sign up and then just read some books, just check out the price points on this. Like right here, Brain Beast Studios. That's Sean. You can go in here and check this out. Just check all these out for $0. Just add them to your thing and check them all out. Nice. It's very cool. I see a lot of people on here that I know comics from, so I'm very excited about this. So very cool stuff. I like what I'm seeing on here. I think it's cool. I like that there is just a way for people to get books out more than different sites. So I think it's cool. Huge fan. It just seems to be getting growing too. So yeah, very nice. I do like what I see here. And then if you go to creators, I like that it's broken down too by, you got comics, creators, you got different stores, you can publish, you can crowdfund. I do like all of that. Let's see. Like I said, like I see some people on here that I know. I think it's cool. I dig it. There's Marvin. That's what I was talking about earlier. He's got the Edge book. So I'm going to go to chapter page 3. Yeah, these are awesome. I like all these people. They're big fan. Oh, Ben. Oh, got to have Ben. He's the artist for Cination Comics. Oh, look, there's Chris. Nice. Oh, yeah, you got all kinds of people on here. Big fan. Oh, there's Tommy. No, there's Frank. Let's go, Frank. Yeah. Oh, Raymond's on there. Nice. Man, these are all some really good reads. I've read most of these books from these creators. So yeah. Oh, there's Blake. Oh, get you some territory. Very cool. Yeah, I think it's growing, and it's all like really cool, good indie stuff. And I like that it's kind of like broken down from like comics, graphic novels kind of things. Like, you know how like you go to Global Comics and it's all kind of like the webtoons kind of format?
Yeah.
I like this is kind of like sticking true to more indie kind of comic kind of thing. I like that. I dig that.
Yeah, they've done a good job. It's grown a lot just in the last year. So, he keeps getting more and more, publishers and creators signing up for it.
Yeah, this is cool. So I haven't clicked stores yet. I'm just going to click stores, and I'm also going to click the publish just to see what's going on there. Okay, so you can pick up other Cination Comics. There's some homies. Okay, I like that you have it done by comics. I love that you can meet the creators, see what they have done. I like that you have it done by each individual kind of comic like store type thing, which is neat. Yeah, I love a lot of these guys. I've read a lot of their stuff. I know they're working on all kinds of stuff. Frank and Gerald started doing their thing. Very cool stuff. This is cool. So by creators for creators, create, showcase, and sell your own comics. Find people, share stories. Yeah, this is awesome. I dig this a lot. It's very cool. I like the font on it too because it's got that very like cool like typewriting kind of thing. I dig it. I'm a fan. I like it. And then here's your campaign one more time. You are the only campaign that they have on here, which I think is interesting because you can get kind of like a taste of everything that's on for the majority of your books, which I think is really cool. Yeah, nice. I think this is very cool. I dig this. I can't wait. I will be going around sharing this more and more. I hope people give this site a chance. Go sign up for it. Hell, if you're a creator, just click the publish button and just start, see if you can put your own stuff on here. Very cool. Because that's the one thing too about different sites. you never know who is lurking and chilling on sites or who wants to back something. I mean,
Yeah.
or pick up a book or whatever.
Yeah.
I myself read things on like a billion different platforms, so it's cool. Yeah, I dig it. I think it's really awesome. So yeah, if anybody has any questions in chat, let us know. Go ahead and drop those questions. But yeah, it's very neat, very interesting. I like it a lot. I wish you luck on this. You do have 8 days left. You're trying to get what is it, $454 more to go
Yeah.
and get your for funding.
Yeah.
Very doable. Very, I think it's a doable thing. So please, if you guys are in the audience, please just go share this around, talk about it, let people know about this app in the first place. Download the app, get this out there. Very cool stuff. I very much like what I see here. And let's see, I'm going to put it back on our faces for a minute. First of all, thank you for coming back on here and chatting with me. Always have a pleasure and like talking to you about your stuff because I love Alma. I fell in love with that book.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. Anybody's welcome out here. It's just, man, I gotta get my life in order. try to get some stuff taken care of. But yes, I will be reaching out to people for August and September. I know. I'm so behind. Listen, I know. I get it. Stuff happens. But yes, thanks, John, for coming on.
Life gets in the way.
Listen, life knows how to life. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. But yeah, no, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what else you got coming up because I really loved Alma. I love that first issue. Can't wait for issue 2 to come out. You have some really good one shots that are awesome. That voodoo book, that looks dope. Yeah. If you guys are just lurking around, please go share this all over the place because I think it's quite interesting. I love seeing new places pop up. Let's go. Let's get this going. And let's see. You do have 8 days left, so
Yeah.
we can do it. Let's go.
It would take, if less than 20 people did the $35 tier, that would be it.
Yeah, very true. But you're also getting a lot of reads in there that are very interesting.
Yeah.
But I have a couple people that I definitely want to send this to because they're huge fans of that, like 80s, 90s kitchen sink caliber press kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Eclipse interesting things. So yeah, I'll definitely go share this around. Go check this out. Let's see. Before we get out of here, do you have any other appearances or cons or anything that you would you want to promote?
No, I know I've got a couple cons coming up, I think, but honestly, I don't even remember where they are. I have to check.
Sure.
Listen, I'm going to San Diego. I'm going to San Diego, but I won't have any. I won't have a table set up. But if anybody's watching that's at San Diego, I will have comics with me because mainly I'm going to San Diego to kind of network, talk to some publishers, editors.
Okay.
I went last year. My last year was the first year I'd been in probably 15 years or so. So last year I made some pretty cool contacts, talked to some people. So I thought, let me try one more time and see what pops up.
Okay.
And plus, it's just a fun convention. It's it's over. I mean, last year I was overwhelmed. I mean, it's grown so much since when I had been before. It was just like crazy.
That to me would be the one. Like, I would like to go to that one in New York at least once to experience it. Then I'd be like, it's too much.
Yeah,
but I've been there. I'm good.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot. It is a lot. And I almost didn't go this year, but I kind of the last minute managed to go. A friend was going that we had shared a room last year, and we were talking about it, and we thought, well, let's see if we can go. And we managed to find a hotel and plane tickets and stuff that then we didn't have to rob a bank to pay for, but
Woo!
So
dang. Well, there you go. Well, if you see him wandering around, go up to him, go talk to him, get yourself introduce yourself.
Yes.
You never know who you're gonna run into. This is facts over there. Let's see. Also, because you have 8 days left, I don't know what your schedule is on here, but if there's anybody watching that does what I do, if you have time on your hands, go hit up John so you can come on, see if we can get more backers and get this talking on here. I'm going to drop a couple of your links down here so people can go and actually get in contact with you. Here is your Twitter, and I'll drop this down to all the places here. We also have your website over here. Drop this down here. But yeah, go hit him up if you guys definitely if you guys want to have him on interview. Go talk about this.
The website is actually gone. I don't use the website anymore.
Oh, the website is gone. Okay, well, the Ixnay on the website.
Like I said, I moved everything. Basically, I moved everything to the Substack.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, there you go. There's the Substack.
Yeah,
there. So yeah, go on the Substack. Check that out.
That's where I try to post on that almost every day. So I'll post all sorts of stuff on there. I do I just did a printed like every day for a month. I put up a page of another comic that I had did, so people could read it, and I'm writing about, writing comics and all sorts of stuff. So nice. I'm actually working on a column about influences, about Harlan Ellison, who was a big influence for me.
Cool. I love that. Very cool. So I wish you luck on this big time. And I'm definitely going to be sharing this link around because I think it's really cool. I hope people go do the same thing.
Thank you so much. Yes.
You're welcome. Yes, I know. Thank you for joining me during my spaz out section today.
Well, when I get whatever my next book is, I will definitely get hold of you again to come back.
For sure. Yeah. No, I'm a huge fan of the Alma, and because this is the other cover that's on here. I have this cover because I got two covers, but I can't remember the other one. But it was more like a punk cover with like the younger version on it with the bad chick. I can't remember her name, but I love that cover. It's for the
Sunny.
Yeah.
Sunny was the younger. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I love that one. That one's awesome. That one's really fun. But we're going to get out of here. I'm starting to melt right now. It's getting hot. So, but thank you very much for coming on here. And please go share this around. It's very cool. I like this. Oh, Sicko Trot. What's up, Sicko? Yes, winning stream. Yes, that's right. So, yeah, please go share this around. Very cool reads. All kinds of cool stuff in there. And plus, the price points are really awesome. And there are some $0 comics on that site. If you just want to go pick up some stuff just to read them too, go add all that stuff to your cart. Go for it. But we're going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for hanging. Thanks for you for coming on here, John. And we're going to get out of here. But,
all right. Thank you. Thank you for everybody being here. Yeah.